I'm bored! Entertain me.
Hey, what's going on, motivators? My name is Corporal Russo, and as always, I am the Kill Your Boredom. Welcome back to the channel. We are back in action making videos. I know it's been a while since I had a video up. That's because we've been moving. You know, we've been in this process of moving and getting everything set up. You might have noticed from the new background, which is not my official background. The place we're staying right now is temporary, so we're looking to get a much better place here within a month or so. So this is what I got to deal with right now. And again, you know, I'm recording in the garage, so that's the type of living situation I'm in right now. But hey, I have the garage to myself, so that's a plus. But anyway, also I just want to say thank you guys for, you know, sticking it out with us. You know, the channel has, even though we haven't had any videos up, the channel's been slowly growing. We're approaching 4,000 subscribers soon, and you know, I'm really thankful for that. And I got a lot of videos to play catch up on. But yeah, we got a Ruby death battle, and I think the last one we saw was Yang versus Tifa, and that's what makes this death battle interesting to me, because it's kind of a callback of, to me personally, how I got into Ruby was because of death battle. You know, I was a Final Fantasy VII fan at the time. Before that death battle aired, I never watched Ruby. Then I started watching it, you know, catching up just because I wanted to know more about Yang. And I would see Ruby like in Netflix when it was on Netflix one point, and you know, like everybody else, I mispronounced the name as RWBY. But yeah, then, you know, once Volume 4 came around, that's when I started making reaction videos to that. So if it had not been for Death Battle, making that the one battle between Yang and Tifa, I would never have gone into Ruby. So I'm actually grateful. It's kind of like I owe Death Battle this one. So, but yeah, let's get on to this battle itself. I know what some of y'all are thinking. Okay, he's a Ruby fan. He's gonna be cheering for Weiss the whole time. Yes, you know, I know a lot more about Weiss than I do Mitsuru, because here's the thing, I never played any of the Persona games, and I know some of you are thinking that's like a unholy sin. Oh, you never played Persona? Well, no, because I never even know what Persona was. You know, I'm always into like the quick shoot 'em ups. You know, I love zombies, I love guns. Never heard of Persona, so I don't know a whole lot about this character. But does that mean that I'm just gonna be biased towards Weiss? Maybe a little bit, only because I know a lot more about her, but at the same time I also know a lot more about her and how she may lose this battle, because the problem with Ruby characters in Death Battle is that, and this can be said for a lot of people, but especially Ruby, is that we haven't really seen the characters to their fullest potential. You know, the series is still ongoing, and from the time we are up to right now in Volume 6, we don't know exactly how much time has passed, because, you know, when Volume 1 came out, then Volume 2, there's only only like a semester skip, and then Volume 3 came out. It looks like they're still within that semester, not entirely sure. And then Volume 4, they said it's been you know, months, but they don't get into detail like how many months. So maybe we've only seen like a total of maybe a year at most with these characters and what they've been doing. But another thing with Weiss, I think the issue is that if you look at her one-on-one fights, she's never really won a one-on-one fight. For example, she went against the Lieutenant, technically lost that one. She went against Vernal, who we all thought was a maiden, but she wasn't. She wasn't a maiden at all. She was just a normal person with a lot of skill. So I think that's going to be the downside of it. But again, you know, I don't know a lot about the other character either, so I don't know what her potential weaknesses are. And, you know, a lot of the characters in Ruby are still young. And again, we just haven't seen them to their full potential. But we won't know until we actually play this. So you didn't come here to see me ramble. You came here for the death battle. Probably more the death battle than my actual reaction to it. But anyway, let's just jump into this. I'm really excited to see what happens. So let's dive on in.
They're as cold as ice. They're willing to sacrifice.
Today we're pitting together two queens of ice born into powerful, if troubled, families.
Oh.
Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company and member of the Huntress Team Ruby.
And Mitsuru Kirijo, heiress to the
So
Kirijo
two ice
group and
queens,
member
okay.
of the persona-wielding C.E.S.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
And it's a 3D fight. That's awesome. I like how so far all Ruby fights are 3D.
The world of Remnant is known for many things. The vicious creatures called Grimm, the hunters and huntresses committed to fighting them, and the Schnee family.
Yeah, they're kind of like royalty, and their princess is Weiss Schnee. As the heiress to the family company, she grew up in a pretty cold home. Pun intended.
The Schnee family expected a lot from Weiss. It was considered essential that she live up to their highly influential name.
Too bad for them, she had her own plans.
Rejecting her father's wishes to remain at home, Weiss left to attend Beacon Academy and train to become a huntress, literally putting the W in Team Ruby. Within just a year, Weiss established her own name for herself, saving the kingdom on more than one occasion, and doing so with her trusty blade, Mirtanasty.
Okay, I haven't read the
And
mangas, so that's another thing.
Nasty here is a multi-action rapier with a 3-foot-long blade. But guess what? It's also a gun! Instead of a plain old crossguard, it's got a 6-slot revolver-style chamber that Weiss fills with bullets colored like the rainbow.
Well, they're not exactly bullets. They are vials of dust, which she can fire to enhance her weapon and skills. Ironically, the Schnee Dust Company is by far one of the largest producers and exporters of dust.
Wait. They sell dust? I got a ton of that shit covered in the bookshelf in the trailer. I can sell it and finally have enough money to buy a second bookshelf. Just farm, here I come.
No, not that kind of dust. In the world of Remnant, dust is an energy source, often used to fuel vehicles, androids, and weapons. Wait, you have books?
When did I say anything about books?
Well, long story short, there are 4 main types of dust: air, lightning, fire, and water.
And Weiss likes to mix water and air together for her favorite, ice dust.
And that is why they call you the Ice Queen.
She can also attack with fire, launch a windstorm, block attacks with barriers, and many other techniques. Needless to say, Mirtanasty is a surprisingly versatile weapon.
She also uses dust to boost her semblance, which is basically her X-Men superpower. Weiss gets hers from her family line and can do a bunch of stuff with it.
She can make glyphs on surfaces or in the air, each with a different color denoting its ability. Black glyphs hold things in place, while white ones propel things forward. Also, by infusing glyphs with dust, she can manipulate their effects. For example, a touch of lightning dust lets her dilate time, dramatically increasing her speed.
Or even better, she can use the glyphs to summon monsters to aid her in battle, Beastmaster style, like this crazy boar, a giant killer wasp, and the Armagigas.
Which literally translates to giant armor in Latin, so fitting.
Damn, just imagine how great her family could be if they all didn't hate each other. Unlimited dust.
Sorry if I'm not reacting, it's just that this is stuff we already kind of know about Weiss already.
Unfortunately, the Schnee family does suffer from some rocky relationships, with the exception of Weiss and her older sister, Winter.
Wait, go back. Is her dad Colonel Sanders?
I guess there's a certain resemblance.
KFC, KF Schnee? No wonder they're so rich.
He looks like the Lorax, in my opinion. I am the Lorax, and I speak for the Schnees.
So, back on topic, Weiss has a very powerful and versatile ability, and like most semblances, it's powered by her aura.
Which is like an invisible shield around her body. She's basically unkillable while it's up.
Though the aura itself isn't indestructible, it can be depleted after taking a lot of damage and needs time to restore itself. Without it, she cannot use her semblance, and she's much more vulnerable.
But that aura is pretty friggin' tough. It was just enough to take a full-on hit from a geyser of lava.
Lava can reach temperatures up to 1200 degrees Celsius, enough to melt iron. And during a food fight of all things, she was thrown into a pillar so hard it was obliterated.
Hey Wiz, I've been in a few food fights
Yeah.
in my time, and
She was knocked out by Nora.
And that one's tame by comparison.
But greatest of all, with a combination of ice and her aura, she survived riding atop a speeding train crashing through concrete. By measuring the diameter of the resulting hole and applying the values of fragmentation, this means Weiss survived an impact equal to over 7 tons of TNT.
But it's not just Weiss that's tough. Her glyphs are strong enough to catapult the Armagigas, and with her ice powers, she's knocked around a giant mech built for fighting Godzilla-sized Grimm.
Compared to the height of her teammate nearby, it appears she created over 2,000 metric tons of ice. Obviously, that much ice doesn't fit into 2 vials of dust. She's likely using the ocean as a base to exert fusion energy and vaporization energy on the
Science,
nitrogen in the
math.
air. thereby freezing it like so.
Stephen
At most,
Hawking.
This would require over 900 billion joules of energy, equivalent to detonating around 230 tons of
Wow.
TNT.
Wow, no wonder.
I guess when you put math and science into Weiss's character, it does make her seem a lot more stronger.
Hitting bullets out of the air.
And with time dilation, she can stay nearly untouchable while taking out her opponents in the blink of an eye.
Like that old saying, float like an inner tube on a lazy river and sting like your pee in the morning.
Please go to a doctor. Throughout her journey, Weiss has overcome all sorts of dangers, but her most difficult task may have been the moment her father cut her out of the family, leaving her financially broke and dismissed from her birthright.
Ah, boo-hoo, no more allowance. Still, she's powered through and made a name for herself as a huntress. With the Ruby team at her back, I think she's found the family she truly belongs to.
I'm more than a name.
Okay, Mitsuru, what do you got?
In the early 2000s, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone in Japan who didn't know of the Kirijo Group, a global conglomerate involved in nearly every aspect of daily life. And the heiress to this impressive company was a young girl named Mitsuru Kirijo.
But unknown to her, the family company was into some pretty sketchy stuff. Her grandpa started experimenting with some sort of mental world called the Mind Place.
Or more officially, the collective unconscious.
Wait,
a realm connected
I
to
thought
every
Persona
living
was a game. Is it a
subconscious mind.
manga and anime
within
too?
The collective unconscious dwells
Please let me know in the
shadows,
comments down below.
fragments of human psyche which often appear as malevolent monsters.
They're basically demons.
Kind of. However, there's another sort more directly integrated with the minds of individual people, effectively becoming their shadow selves.
So some of them are demons who want to kill you, and some of them are demons who are part of your brain?
Close enough.
Well, Gramps tried to get the shadows for himself, but as anyone who's tried to summon demons will tell you, don't do that. Trust me, it never works out. And when it does, it doesn't.
Chaos Incarnate erupted. The resulting explosion from his experiment released the shadows into reality to prey on an unsuspecting populace, and unveiled the Tartarus, a citadel between worlds. The Earth was drastically changed with a new dark hour, an extra hour of time occurring at midnight.
Most folks didn't notice, though. The world basically freezes in time during the dark hour, including people. So nobody's got to pick up a new 25-hour clock, because when the hour runs up, everything continues like nothing happened. It's like getting an extra hour of secret sleep.
But some people are able to operate during this hour, including Mitsuru, which she decided to take full advantage of.
Yeah, she felt pretty guilty
Will
about
the
her
dark
family
hour
basically
play an
ruining
effect here?
everything and sending hundreds of murder monsters into the world. So she swore to fix her grandpappy's mess.
And while she's certainly skilled with a rapier thanks to her time in fencing club, a single sword would never be enough to combat the hordes of shadows. Luckily, her first experience with the Dark Hour helped her out in this regard.
That's one way to put it. She and her dad were almost murdered by spooky shadows.
But this event also led to an awakening. With the threat of death itself mere seconds away, Mitsuru dug deep within and found a new weapon, her shadow self.
And that's how she became a person user.
Persona user.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks to this fateful night, Mitsuru can summon a manifestation of her personality known as a persona. This was Penthesilea, who would eventually evolve into her ultimate form, Artemisia.
Wow.
Artie is the best non-imaginary friend you could ask for.
Okay, now I'm
She's got all
interested.
sorts of powerful ice spells. She can heal
this
Mitsuru's
series now has
wounds.
caught my
She can
attention.
drain someone's energy and add it to Mitsuru's own. And she can blow people up with mega deal of, it's a big purple kaboom that ignores special defenses. Anyway, and to top it all off, she's got a kinky ice whip.
While Artemisia cannot really be killed, she does have her limits. When a persona is overtaxed or takes too much damage, it becomes broken and unusable for a short time.
And since Artemisia is technically part of Mitsuru's mind, when the persona gets hurt, so does she.
But this connection also grants Mitsuru her own set of special powers. She's physically superior to most others. She can also sense the locations of people and layouts of buildings through analytical clairvoyance. She's also immune to ice and the cold, so I'm not really sure why she needs that giant fur coat.
Everyone needs a good fur coat, Wiz. Come on.
I guess. It is a pretty nice coat. Anyway, Mitsuru wasn't going into battle alone. She gathered a team of Persona users to form the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, or C.E.S, which is much easier to say. The team set out to explore Tartarus, combat the shadows, and put an end to the Dark Hour, while also scoring some extra credit because it was technically an after-school club.
Japanese schools are way more hardcore than ours.
And with the team at her back, Mitsuru needed a tool to reliably summon personas with. And so came the Evoker, which might be a little disturbing to some people, so fair warning.
Yeah, it looks just like a gun, and that's kind of the point. The idea is to use the gun to create an extremely traumatic experience similar to how Mitsuru first evoked her own persona.
Specifically, this is accomplished by aiming the thing at your face and pulling the trigger.
Yeah, that's definitely not how guns are supposed to work.
Questionable concepts aside, Mitsuru and her persona are an absolute terror on the battlefield.
Oh, God! Did she just cut off that thing's dick?
Yes, she did, Boomstick. And
What?
it was a goddamn cannon.
Oh, the horror, but also
Holy shit.
dick.
Mitsuru is quick enough to dodge gunfire. Heck, another persona user is even fast enough to outrun a bullet fired by a magnum.
Those usually have a muzzle velocity of over 360 meters per second.
And personas can move even faster. Naoto's could react to and catch an arrow in milliseconds, and Mitsuru has defeated her in battle.
But hey, how about that time Mitsuru and her whole team survived an explosion that totally wrecked this whole bridge? Now, in my humble opinion, using my very own handcrafted munitions measurement chart, I'd say this blast ball's somewhere in the range of, oh shit, we're dead.
Interesting,
The
but
Michael
let's
Bay.
use some real science now.
This is real science. I tested explosions and their real effects on real people just like you would. I'm a real scientist now.
But that's... wait, real people? Boomstick? Where are the interns?
Hey, look, I got you that coat that you wanted.
Ooh, thank you! Oh, it's so soft.
So are the interns. But hey, Wiz, there's one more math thing you gotta do. By working with another persona user, Yukari, Mitsuru helped freeze up this giant, creepy puppet monster.
Well, again, taking nitrogen into account as it comprises 70% of air's makeup, we can apply its required fusion energy and vaporization energy to find this.
I should have gone to college.
Output equal to 60 kilotons of TNT.
Oh, wow.
Though this can't all be attributed to Mitsuru, as she did have help.
That's still a hell of a lot of ice. Mitsuru and Artemisia sure make a powerful pair.
And even after successfully ending the Dark Hour and redeeming her family name, Mitsuru continued battling for people everywhere, one shadow at a time.
This appears to be just the beginning.
Alright, let's see who's gonna...
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Ice Queen versus Ice Queen.
It's time for a death battle!
Ooh. Damn, getting into it already? Shit. No fucking warning, just...
Good form. Fight with a sense of ease.
Thank you, but flattery will get you nowhere.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure just because Ruby and, Rooster Teeth and ScrewAttack work together, they won't just give her the automatic win. I think someone said that. Oh. Love this 3D animation. Good job.
Fighting me with ice. Ironic. And a waste of time. Artemisia!
Damn. Already. Nice.
Can't touch me, Ice Queen.
So that's what it's like.
Also, I like the fact that they brought the Queen Lancer back out. Oh. Damn. What's gonna happen? The armor. Also, I saw someone cosplay that last year at RTX. They did an amazing job. Damn. Ooh.
As annoying as this was, I have to admit, you fought valiantly. But now, you'll fall by my own hand!
I can do this on my own.
Artemisia! No mercy!
Oh! No more semblance. No more aura.
How strong are you?
Strong enough.
Oh. Aw.
KO! Well, Wiz, glad
What can I
we got
say?
these coats, cause that was cool.
Weiss was incredibly skilled. Her versatility certainly proved a challenge for Mitsuru, and she held a decent advantage in speed thanks to time dilation. Though to be fair, Mitsuru's analytical clairvoyance meant it would have been pretty difficult for Weiss to get the jump on her. Plus, Naota's persona had to move around Mach 7 to catch that arrow in such a short amount of time, so Artemisia must be capable of similar speeds.
Yeah, but slowing down time seems like an instant win move, doesn't it?
In some ways, yes, but we look for who can win the most matches overall, not just a couple times out of 1,000 possibilities thanks to one good move.
Yeah, even though Weiss had plenty of attack options, Mitsuru's defenses were just too strong. Like how she completely canceled Weiss's ice attacks.
This presented a unique problem for Weiss, who has always been fairly reliant on ice techniques. She was forced to use dust, which she has less experience with.
Plus, Weiss and her summons have never dealt damage anywhere close to that oh shit we're dead explosion that Mitsuru survived. By taking the diameter of the blast here and comparing it to real life nukes, then considering how far Mitsuru was from the center of it, she took a hit worth over 21 tons of TNT. Definitely higher than Weiss's 7-ton train feat.
Frankly, Mitsuru's survivability and power output outclassed Weiss. Even if we cut her major ice feat in half since she was aided by Yukari, Mitsuru still output 130 times more energy than Weiss when she attacked that mech.
But numbers aren't everything, right?
Sure, there's always a new way to look at things. For instance, Weiss's arsenal was limited by her aura and dust supply, while Mitsuru had no such constraint on her own powers.
It takes a long time to restore aura, and remember, when a persona gets broken, it can just come back a few seconds later.
Which was extremely useful, as Artemisia could heal Mitsuru at any time, undoing whatever progress Weiss had made.
Oh man, what an ice-cold move!
While Weiss's speed and versatility put up a good fight, Mitsuru's greater defense, raw power...
At least they didn't like totally obliterate Weiss,
for
you know.
She had no chance.
The winner is Mitsuru Kirijo.
Alright.
Hey, thanks for watching Death Battle. Don't go away just
Like
yet.
I said, I
I'll
kind of
announce
saw
the
that
next
one
fight.
coming, so.
And if you haven't seen the latest episode of our podcast, the Death Battle Cast, you can click it right there.
Alright, who's next? Oh. Captain Falcon? Johnny Cage, wow. Okay. I don't know who's gonna win that one. Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon. What's the similarity between these two? Okay, here's the thing. I know a lot more about Johnny Cage than I do about Captain Falcon, but anyway, so that was Death Battle, Weiss versus Mitsuru. So yeah, I'm not too upset about this one. I mean, again, you know, with everything that's happened, I kind of saw this happening. So, but anyway, yeah. But for the next battle, Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon, not sure. I mean, like I know more of Johnny Cage's feats though, so it might be just a little more biased. But you know, Johnny Cage has been fighting in Mortal Kombat for how long now, and like they said in the game, the cages have ridiculous magic. So don't know. We'll just have to see. But anyway, guys, that was it for this Death Battle reaction. Hope you. Sorry. Ooh, gas bubble. Ugh. Okay. Damn it. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And if you did, just remember like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys want to see me react to next in the comments section down below. And For those of you, for another thing I want to touch on, I will be going to RTX. I'm going to be cosplaying the Lieutenant from Ruby Volume 2. So I got my own little, like, it won't be exactly his costume, it'll be like my own take on it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys at RTX. Really looking forward to seeing Arnold, you know, Enrique, Amber, and a lot of other people too. Again, it was really cool meeting them, and yeah, you know, another thing, we're going to Japan, or trying to go to Japan next year for the Summer Olympics, and we're going to be there for about 5 weeks, so yeah, crazy, right? Just let me know what type of videos or vlogs you guys like to see me when we take our Japan trip, and I'll definitely, you know, hop on that. But again, guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for sticking with us. It's good to be back making videos, and yeah, you guys have a good day, alright? Later.